Hey guys, so I was trimming the eyelashes that you may have seen in the last quick tip video that I just posted a few minutes ago. And as I was trimming them to my eyeball size, I thought that it might be a good idea to actually kind of do a video on how I trim them. So first off, I want to start by saying that the way I do it is by no means the way anybody has to do it. I just found out, what works best for me. And, yeah, so, I mean, I haven't really seen too many videos on how to trim them. So I thought, maybe it'd be nice to kind of, make a video about that. Because, although it sounds really self-explanatory, there are people out there that may not know how to do that and would like a visual explanation on how to do it. So these are the ones that I got in a tray. So as you can see, they have long bunches and smaller bunches in between, and they do crisscross a little bit. So these are definitely my favorite types to trim because the bunches make it really easy to measure. That's just my opinion. It is a little bit harder for the full lashes to trim them because it's really hard to just count like a bunch of individual same size lashes. But anyway, so this is what they look like in the tray, and when you take them out, you want to make sure that you kind of use the side of your finger, your thumb or whatever, and just kind of pull down on them that way to get them. This one has been pulled off a bunch of times because this is like my third take on this video. So when you get them out, they might be a little bit stiff, so you want to just kind of work them back and forth like this, just to kind of loosen the band up a little bit so that they're not so stiff. And then what you want to do is anytime that you try lashes on or fit lashes on to apply them or to measure them, you want to make sure that the inside of the lash, the inner corner of the lash, meets up in the same place where your natural lashes start. Because if you go any further in, it just looks really weird. And if they aren't half lashes, then going out further, just do it. It's not gonna look good any other way. So without any glue on it, just kind of place them where you think they would go. So like I said, I did trim these ones already, but I can still show you what I mean. You want to make sure that your fake lashes always stop at the outer corner of your eye where your natural lashes stop also. That's the best way to do it. Otherwise, it does, like I said, have a really weird effect. Sometimes you can pull it off, but that's going to have to be like through trial and error, and it can only work with certain looks. So I use these bunches as a measurement. So anything that is outside of my outer corner, I count the bunches. In my case, it's usually about 3 when it like this. That's how many I have to cut off. So when you're ready to cut them, take them off. Remember how many bunches you counted that were out of your natural lash line. And what I like to do is I hold them like this. Hold them like this. I usually hold the excess just barely with my thumb up against my finger. And if you don't want to have a lot of trouble using regular sized scissors like this, it's really cumbersome and it does make things hard to work with. It can be done, but it's just a lot more trouble than it's worth. So if you don't have a pair of like mustache trimmers or something, you can use a cuticle cutter. This one I bought just for my kit so I can cut lashes. It's just the easiest thing for me to do. And but if you don't have one set aside for cutting eyelashes, which I don't think that most people would do, you have to sanitize it. Just please don't use it unless you sanitize it, because nails and then the eyes, and they don't mix, it's nasty. So I like to hold them like I showed you, like this. And then what I do is I will open it just a little bit, and I'll place the tip of the cuticle cutters right in between where the bunches of the lashes are, and slowly like place it in there, because I love how these have a really thin point, so it's easy to do that. So I get right at the base. And once I get into the base, I kind of bring them this way, so like vertical, but laying straight flat like this, not like this. This is how I place them in, and then I bring them down like that, and then I just snip. Now it may not come apart the first time, so if it doesn't, just keep your cuticle cutters there and do it one more again, just to really get through that band. And there is packaging glue on the lashes, so that might kind of help adhere it together. So you might have to do it a couple times before you separate it. I really don't suggest pulling, because it can shift the hairs, the bunches of the hairs on the band, and kind of it's happened before. So once you get your ends cut off, they're ready to go. And oh, another thing that I think I should mention for these kind of bunchy kinds. Why am I holding it up to my forehead? On the ends, you kind of want to do everything you can to make sure that... I said it ugly! I said sure instead of sure. I fucking hate that. I really hate when people say sure instead of sure. I don't know, it just kind of irks me. I just said it! Why? You want to make sure that, or do everything you can to make sure that the long, like when you do snip them, that there is a bit of long bunch on the end. Because if you cut them to where you get the little hairs on the end, it just looks kind of non-cohesive. It doesn't look right. The flare, the longest part of the lashes are supposed to be at the end. So if you have a long bunch and then at the very end you have like the shorter bits, it just looks a little funky. Another thing also that I want to mention is that it's really kind of ideal and smart to save the ends of the lashes that you snipped off, like these bits here, because you can use them for like theater makeup, or you can use them for fantasy makeup, or you can even just use them like after you apply the full lash band. You can apply those 80 bits on the very end to give a little bit more flair to the outer, flair and fullness to the outer edges. That's another really good tip. Excuse me, I keep burping in every single freaking video. But, so I don't know if I was explanatory enough in this video, but I hope that I was. And I hope that you guys get a little bit more insight on how to do it a lot more efficiently, I guess. I really don't know how helpful this video is going to be, but I hope it helps. I didn't, when I started this video, I had one band of lashes that wasn't cut, but I had to do a retake twice, so unfortunately I couldn't show you exactly how I cut them, but nonetheless, I did as much explaining as I possibly could, so hopefully that helps you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy my quick tips. Until the next video, I'll talk at you later.